Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of the Game Day Squad Indian Fantasy Cricket Live Show. I'm your host, as always, Cal, and joining me today, once again, as he always does, Kerm. Kerm, how are you?
Mate, I absolutely love that intro song. I don't know about you, but for the listeners, we don't talk to each other during that countdown. We're just sitting here listening to that music, and I absolutely love it. It's an absolute bagger. So, yeah, that's how we know that IPL cricket is right around the corner, and we can start preparing our teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Tom. He's definitely updated some of the music across all our shows and all the stuff we do here at Game Day Squad,
Yep.
which we love. If you are new to the show, we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments whether you're listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Not sure where else we're going. I know we're definitely on those three. We want to get you involved in the show. We want to give away some packs, Kerm. We want to help some people. As if, like we say, we do these every single day that there are games on during the week. So, Kerm, last week we gave away some prizes. Last night we gave away some prizes for the game. Tonight there's more. I'm loving it at the moment. There's cricket on every single day. It's fantastic. You think the summer of cricket's over? No, we head over to India. We're having an absolute blast. I don't know how you've been finding it. You've been going pretty well, I know, on this leaderboard. I don't know if you've been enjoying it. You've had to stay up a bit late. How have you been finding that?
It's been fun hanging out with the new users on the Discord channel, and no, it's been fun. That way I get to see the lineups every night and get a little bit of a head start on everybody else that way. But no, yeah, we'll get into how we're doing position wise a little bit later on in the show, and hopefully
we can get into it right now because you are on fire, mate. You finished sixth last night, which pushed you all the way up to fifth overall, which is a lot better than me. I was ahead of us a couple of days ago over the weekend. I've fallen off a cliff. But you're doing quite well then. But a couple of good scores. We can see a couple of good winners last night. It'd be nice to have some of the scores they'd have. I bet you what? I bet you they both played Kohli, both those winners.
Oh, I would hope so. Yeah, I think in the classic competition, I'd be interested to see what tier Kohli they played because man, he was incredible.
Yeah, he was. He was. Well, let's have a quick chat about how last night went. We're going to give you our star, and we're going to give you our, let's say, not so star. I think the emoji there speaks for itself. I'll kick things off. No, I'll let you because you've got the man we're just talking about. You go. Talk about the king.
The king. And as if there was any doubt, people need to learn to stop doubting Virat Kohli because, there's been murmurs about whether he'll be on the plane to America for the T20 World Cup. Where's he going to play in the 11 for India, if he's going to be playing at all? But I think he all but shut up a lot of those doubters last night with an incredible 77-run performance with 2 catches to go with it in the field for 116 GDS fantasy points. He was the MVP for GDS on the night. And man, I hope a lot of people have this card because he is going to have an incredible season in 2024.
Yeah, he was massive. And if you're in the classic competition, you could have played the higher the variation of card last night, the addition, the better you would have gone. And then the champion competition, can you imagine? I have not seen many diamond Kohlis floating around. They would be hot commodities. I'll go with Curran. So I thought he still played good. Don't let the fact that he scored almost less than half of Kohli's points. He still did really well, and this is why I like playing all rounders because even though he didn't score a lot, 23 runs, and he only took a wicket. It did make up for the lack of runs, and you get a bit of both, and that's why I like putting the salary cap into the all rounders. However, it doesn't always go to plan with my, let's say, dud Cameron Green. 3 runs. He bowled a couple of overs, but there's not even worth putting down any stats. He was terrible. He only got me 6 game day squad points. So, yeah, just when I start to think that the all-rounder strategy is the one that I like playing, Cameron Green does that to me and all of a sudden makes me want to blow everything up on my squad. So, yeah, now I'm lost. I don't know what to do. And you'll see it. You'll see it when we get to my squad in a moment. I've fully got away from my strategy.
It's annoying too because he came in at 3. You're thinking, gee, if Cam Green can get his eye in here, he's going to be in for a long night. But no, we couldn't get it done. Rabada had his number early on. But moving on to my guy, I spoke last night about how I wanted to keep an eye on Johnny Bairstow because all the numbers suggest that he should be a starter at your wicketkeeper position or at very least your third batsman position. He's got an incredible IPL career average, a really good T20 international average. But I don't know what's gotten into him. The start to this season's been super, super rough. He's only averaging 12-odd GDS fantasy points a game. his performances on the international scale in all formats of cricket have been down, and you just have to wonder where Johnny Bairstow is going to be in a couple of weeks' time, whether he will have that starting spot or whether someone else is going to come in for him. And the biggest, just to rub salt into the wound, he dropped Virat Kohli early on in the innings, which is just not ideal for someone like Johnny Bairstow, who cannot catch a break at the moment.
Yeah, no points awarded for a dropped catch, but I tell you what, he definitely should have been deducted all 10 of his points because it cost his team the win last night. That's for sure. Let's jump on. Oh, I've gone too far and have a chat about round 5 now. I don't know about you, Kerm. I don't have an IPL team that I support yet.
Yeah.
Still feeling it out. Still feeling it out. I do like the Titans though. I don't know if it's the kits. I don't know if it's Shubman Gill. You're going to chat about him in a second. But I do like them. I do like them.
They've got great kits, and I'm in the same boat. I'm in the process of trying to whittle down to a favourite team as well, slowly as this tournament progresses. But no, you're right. The Gujarat Titans, they have an unbelievable kit, and they've been so successful in their short career. But yeah, they take on CSK, the Chennai Super Kings, tonight at the Chennai Super Kings. Absolute. My point tonight was almost going to be, how can you beat CSK at home? But I'm gonna look into a player tonight. The King booked a ticket to America last night. I think that's just about dead and buried, all those murmurs going into the World Cup, the T20 World Cup. But can Shubman Gill do the same tonight? If Shubman Gill stands up at CSK away from home, captain, super young captain, 24 years old, captain of this IPL franchise, and stand up against a pretty good bowling attack, it must be said, I think Shubman Gill will pencil himself into a position on that plane. Shubman Gill, not much needs to be said about him. He is an absolute superstar, averages 61 runs in innings in ODI cricket. He's an absolute superstar. He's pretty much, a lot of people say he's the heir to the throne of Virat Kohli himself. That's TBD. I don't want to step into that argument just yet.
No, that'd be a brave man trying to jump into that argument.
Hey, I was staying out of that one. But no, it'll be interesting to see how Shubman Gill goes tonight against one of the better franchises in the league.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got a pretty good bowling attack, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. How I've gone at this round, I told you, I've blown it up. Just spending big on the salary cap work for all rounders. It has paid off the first couple of rounds. It has not the last couple. So I've made some big changes. I think I maybe still would have done this if I had a Rashid Khan. We didn't get to play him. Apologies, someone's just pulling up. Hopefully that's not coming through on my end. We didn't get to see him here in Australia. This last summer. So I missed him. He was one of the players of the BBL for the years prior to that. So I want to see him in action again tonight. I'm hoping he can get the job done, particularly with the ball. He's so good. I've only got a bronze with him, and I'll get to mine in a second. But we'll start off with yours, Kerm. You are, of course, leading the two of us. So you take things away. This is how you're lining up tonight. Talk us through it.
Again, I've gone super vanilla in this one. The first point there is, if not the Fizz, then who for the CSK bowlers? They were pretty poor in the first round of the GDS in cricket tournament. Rahman stood up. He took 4 wickets, had a really good economy, finished as, I think last night we discussed, he was the 3rd overall scorer through the early rounds in the competition. So for me, he's going to be a starter. I've gone the silver on him just in the hopes that he backs it up. But if it's not him, then who? You look to your Theek Sharnas, your Jadejas, who didn't get a wicket, which is super uncharacteristic for him. Usually he's coming out with at least a couple against his name. But yeah, it'd just be interesting to see if anyone but the Fizz can step up in this bowling attack for CSK.
Yeah, that's a goodie. So I'm liking your second one you've got down. Spencer Johnson is handsome.
Spencer Johnson's really handsome, and that's all that really needs to be said. That's pretty much the only criteria I've gone for in this selection. But no, I think this Gujarat team's got a bit about them. I think CSK are going to go into this game favourites. They're going to be one of the favourites to take the competition out. But the Titans just have that little bit of something about them, and I think they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to finish top 4, and if they're going to be serious this season, then these are the games they need to be getting up and about against. And Spencer Johnson is handsome is just a filler for me to say that I think Gujarat are going to be in this fight and their bowlers are going to be leading that attack because the CSK opening attack can get got, and that means Spencer Johnson's in the game from the start. So interesting to see how Spencer Johnson goes tonight. Only had 2 overs in his first outing. I expect him to get 4 tonight. I'll be starting him for sure. And
well, that's a good one because we've got someone thinking that his overs are going to be cut again today. So, do you believe it, or do you reckon that's a
that would be a spicy outcome for this game? Because be interesting to see how that turns out. But the third point here, doubling down on Gold Jadeja again, little bit of a mild letdown for Jadeja owners going into the first round of In Cricket on GDS with only 42 GDS fantasy points. For someone of Jadeja, in a gold tier, mind you, but for someone of Jadeja's status and talent, I think you would rue the decision to leave Jadeja out of your lineups tonight because the guy is just simply one of the best players in world cricket. And he's going to show it at some point sooner rather than later. So Jadeja gold, I'm probably going to play him until he becomes too popular, to be honest. So, yeah.
Well, I really like that because I jump to my squad. That is exactly what I'm trying to find at the moment. I've only got a bronze Jadeja. I like playing the golds there. To get the salary cap at the moment, I've got it on Spencer Johnson. But you're right. Maybe need to have a little look into that. And if he actually is going to bowl his full 4, because if not, I might be in trouble there and I might be looking to push that over. I also want a Rashid Khan gold. They're the 2 cards I'm hunting tonight.
Yeah.
As I do every time we jump on these streams. If you have one, you know where to find me tonight.
It's just shameless.
I've still got work to do every day, trying to get your squad a little bit better. Hasn't been working the last couple of times, but it's at the moment. I've noticed I've been pretty good the first few rounds, but tonight it really is about the cards dictating the strategy I go with, not with the players, which is not what you want it to be. You want to be able to pick your players and go from there. And at the moment, just because I'm missing a few players and in the rarities that I want, I'm going at this is how I've had to roll with it. So yeah, might have to figure that one out. I'm backing the Titans bowlers to take the 10 wickets tonight. That's how I think they win the game. That's what I'm going for. That's the strategy. I kind of think with these daily tournaments, particularly when there's only one game on, you have to try and pick a strategy. How do you think the game's going to play out? Because yes, we want to win over the season, but we want to win those round competitions, Kerm. So I'm backing in a certain game script. Gill with the bat, the bowlers to take the 10 wickets tonight. And I've talked about Gill. Bounce back game. Yeah. Only scored 30 runs, which, 30 runs is terrible in a T20 game. But like you said, when you're trying to take the crown of the king, you can't get to 30 and get yourself out. You've got to go.
And we're not getting involved. We're not getting involved with that conversation. We're just putting some feelers out there.
If you think that Shubman Gill is coming for Kohli's crown, let us know in the comments. Yeah. We're not going to say it. We don't want to say it. But if you're brave enough to say it, we'll show you here on the show. And I believe, Kerm, let's see if someone's brave enough to actually say it, because I believe in a moment we're about to start giving away some packs. So we want to hear. If you are, let us know, and then you might win yourself a ticket into our game in a second. But anything else there you want to talk about? I haven't got MS Dhoni as keeper.
I was going to mention that as well. MS, the great man, I didn't play him either. It's just Rittingham starts a little bit higher in the batting order, and you want to get those power play batsmen into your team when you can. So that was the only reason I didn't go MS. We'd still love him, but those are the tough decisions you have to make to climb the leaderboard.
They are. Gill is the future. I love it. We've got someone doubling down. Rishikesh, you're going to be first up in our giveaway that we've got now. Appreciate you getting involved. If you want to, don't want to see that. That tells me that we've gone too far. Kerm, I'm going to do my swap over. We're going to get the Game Day Squad app open up, and we're going to open some packs here because we're going to play our game, which, of course, you want to talk through the rules for anyone that's new?
Yeah, so what this is going to be is a blind pack opening, and what we're going to be doing is a sell on the transfer market, which we will put on the transfer market at some point between the end of this show and the start of the game tonight for 1 cent. We will be giving a card away blindly, and we will be keeping a card for ourselves. So we're not going to know who we're giving away from the start. And you can see here that instead of doing common 3-packs, we're doing rare 3-packs. So we're in for a treat
We
tonight.
want to celebrate the King's resurgence. So we've gone with rare packs tonight. So we've picked yourself there first, Rakesh. So you're up. Let's see how we go. Let's try and get a legend, hey, Kerm. We've been trying for what, a year and a half now. Let's see how we go. All right.
Do you want to go first or am I?
No, you can go first. You go first. We'll keep things the same this season.
This card is going to be a...
Shama.
I'm going to sell that on the market for $1. This next one, I'll call it before I see it. It's going to be a... This middle card will be given to Rishikesh.
All right. Another gold, Shikara.
Oh, not good. Not good. I'm sorry. Not ideal. Let's move on quickly.
You watch yourself. You're going to pull the king. Oh, bit of a... not the pack
that is
that
a very mid-pack. The less said about that, the better, to be honest. Let's move on to your one.
Right. My turn to pick one. Kartik, I'll be picking for you. You've asked, how do we win the card? Just by getting involved in the comments. So this next one is going to be for you. We're going to see if we can try and get yourself a Coley. We can see if I can get myself a Shubman Gill. Everyone will be happy for tonight. You'll be happy for how Coley went last night. I'll follow through with you. Karith, I've already got like 3 of him. Yeah. I've already got
really well last night.
He did. Kartik, I'm going to give you him. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. That's how I'm going to. It's a safe bet. That way I don't have to worry about it.
Safe bet.
And how do we get involved, Kerm? If you do want to get the cards after, for the people who have won them, where do they find us?
Hit us up on our socials, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, or on our Discord channel.
Yeah, fantastic. He said his namesake. There you go. We've nailed it as well. There you go. All right. Oh, Hana, I'm gonna sell that on $1 because I want to go big. I want to go big. I want to see Shubman Gill gold. We're getting all the.
Could you imagine?
Damn, that would have been good. But there we go. We've given out a couple of cards. We didn't get what we wanted, but that's all right. That's probably going to wrap us up, Kerm, for another edition of the live show. Short and sharp. We've got a few hours here until we get the squads in. We've got 7 more hours here. Seems like a long time. That's what we do here in Australia. We're going to stay up. We're going to make sure we still get involved. Plenty of time for me to go back and fix up my squad. Yeah. Having a look at Spencer Johnson. Do we actually think he's going to bowl the all overs tonight? That is going to be in my brain for the next 6 hours now. Someone's put it in there. And I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it.
One thing's for sure, he's handsome. And that is the most important thing.
And that is. So on that, we will wrap it up there. Appreciate everyone for following along. We'll be back same time tomorrow as we get involved for another game of Indian fantasy cricket. Appreciate you having you back on, Kerm. Look forward to it again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Let's get it.